PTE Speaking, new changes, what has changed, what has remained unchanged, what are the important modules henceforth, because a lot of students need 88 and above in their speaking to fetch those 20 marks for their immigration. Well, if you're bombarded with all these questions, then trust me, today's video is the one gives you complete insights on each and every module of the PTE Speaking academic with respect to the new changes, and here we are making a full course. Want to make most out of this video, make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on the PTE Speaking new changes full course in less than 30 minutes. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also, to tell you, recently we released our 3 official ebooks. The 4th one will be released soon with respect to the essay writing. We have received overwhelming response with respect to the ebook, and all the ebooks have been updated with the new changes with respect to PTE Academic. The links for all the ebooks are in the description of this video. You can buy them as a combo and avail some discount as well. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the PTE Speaking changes full course. Here you go. So before we get into each and every module's tips and tricks, strategies with respect to the new changes, let's understand what has changed and what has remained the same. First module is read aloud. Remember, it was hero once upon a time. From the hero, it has become 0 all the way down, because read aloud earlier contributed a lot of marks towards your reading and speaking, but now it is only contributing to speaking, and that to very less contribution, hardly 5 marks or sometimes not even that, so it is not a priority. Second thing is repeat sentence, probably from being a hero to second hero position. Why? Because repeat sentence earlier contributed 30 marks towards your speaking and listening both, but now it is 30 marks to listening, but for speaking has been reduced from 30 to 14 or 15. Describe image is the warrior you need to make friends with, is the guy if you really want to score that 88 and above or 90. Earlier it was not a priority, but now describe image contributes more than 25 to 28 marks towards your PTE Speaking. Next comes is the Retell lecture. It's the same old friend. What used to be the contribution from Retell lecture, it is the same 10 to 12 marks towards your speaking and listening. Then comes respond to situation. The new neighbor, the neighbor, how you treat the neighbor, just say hi and bye. You don't have to call him inside your house and give some treat, not worth it. Same as Retell lecture, 10 to 12 marks towards your speaking. And then finally the new module, summarize group discussion, a very strong contestant to win the election. Around 16 to 18, or depending on the number of questions that you get, this contributes around 18 to 20 marks towards your speaking and listening. And what is the new change? Respond to situation and summarize group discussion has been added to your PTE Academic. Now we quickly move on to the strategies for each and every module. I'll be giving you a demo as to what is the perfect way to speak through our website, which is already launched for our registered students. Read aloud strategy, absolutely no fumbles, no hesitation, and go in a rhythm. Although this contributes very less marks towards your speaking, but still this holds greater importance. No wonder why it is kept at the very beginning, because software learns a lot of things about you from this very module. Read aloud has a perfect answer. You have to speak only that answer, meaning person knows that this is what you're supposed to speak. They can learn a lot of things about you. They get a lot of data about you. So you just have to be very confident, be very natural, give natural pauses for comma and full stop. Don't go very fast, don't go very slow, just at a proper rhythmic speed, the speed that I'm talking to you right now. This should be more than enough if you perform in read aloud. But let's say you made a mistake. There's a difficult word that you don't know how to pronounce. Take a chill pill, no problem. Just skip that word and continue. Now, how many words can I skip now to read aloud is not important. You can skip as many words as you want. Don't intentionally skip all the words. Whichever the word you think you have difficulty. If you believe that if I speak this word, I may fumble, skip that. Skip in a way that you just go at a same constant speed. Let's say you mispronounced a word. Will it be a problem? It will be a problem if you come back and correct it. If you don't correct it and just keep going as if nothing happened, well and good, should not be a problem. Remember, it is not the content, it is the fluency that wins the race here. As long as you're fluent, you're gonna get full scores towards your speaking from read aloud. That is hardly 5 to 6 marks and not more than that. Now, one last question. Can I go with one line, meaning reading just one line, 10 to 12 words, and click the next button and don't read the rest of it? Will this work? I don't recommend. If you want, you can do it. I don't recommend. Now though, it is not important at all. You can just read along and give as much data to the computer. Let it learn more about you so that it becomes easy for the software to understand more about you in describe, image, retell, lecture. Correct? When you perform read aloud well, or when you give more of a data from the read aloud, software understands more from you. It exactly knows, oh, this is how you pronounce. Even if you have the words you have not pronounced correctly, software will be able to understand, oh, this guy usually pronounces this way because this is what I've got from read aloud. I think probably this is the word that he spoke. Isn't it so? So try to give as much data as possible from the read aloud, read full. Now, what is the ideal time to finish? It's usually 12 to 14 or 15 seconds. It will not cross more than that unless the text is very lengthy. Now, through our website, we'll just show how to perform read aloud and get perfect scores. Alright, let's take up this railway station question. I've never done that before. I'm just skipping it, where a skip button is not there in the exam. You have to allow 35 seconds to finish. Let's start. A railway station is a facility that has railway tracks or lines for trains to carry passengers or goods from one place to another. There are different kinds of railway stations. Some are above ground while some are underground as well. That's all. And this is the way that you should be speaking, not giving a lot of pauses, not going slow or not rushing. It's just a very comfortable speed that you go with, you're gonna get the scores. And this is the output. I've got fluency 5, context 5, pronunciation is almost 5. We have this enable NOVA where monotone says yes, you have to be monotonic. Don't give a lot of intonations, not just in read aloud, throughout the speaking. It's very, very important. Don't be so expressive. Large pitch variation should be less than 3 or 4. And pitch is 139 hertz. Anything above 135, 140 is a decent score. And this is my pitch. It should be fine. So this is the way you do the read aloud. We'll just take up another question before we move on to repeat sentence. I'm just skipping it. A zoo is a place where a number of wildlife species are hosted in separate enclosures. Habitats similar to the natural habitats of the animals are recreated for them to live in. It's just easy peasy. This is the way you do read aloud. No need to practice a lot for the read aloud. You can just take up a novel and just start reading. Understand how to read. No need to do a lot of practice. Alright, so this is the evaluation. Fluency 5, context 5, pronunciation 5. Everything is perfect. So this is the way you do read aloud. Now we quickly move on to repeat sentence. Repeat sentence, like before, contributes 30 marks to listening, but unlike before, it contributes now not 30 marks to speaking, but around 14-15 marks to speaking. But in order to get full scores towards your listening, you need to give this a top priority. Absolutely no fumbles, no hesitation, no pitch issues with respect to read aloud. Whatever we followed, same thing has to be done over here as well. If you are a male candidate, the pitch should be above 130 or 140 for software to clearly understand what you speak. If you are a female candidate, it's always recommended to go beyond 200 hertz, meaning very thick voice will usually pose problems. You need to sharpen it for computer to understand you better. So now it's the fluency, content and the pronunciation. The score guide, it says fluency 5, pronunciation 5 marks, but content is not 5, content is 3 marks, meaning content is already from the score guide we can make out it's not a priority compared to the fluency. But content, if you speak everything correctly, all the words correctly matching with respect to the question, then you get 3 out of 3 for the content. But let's say you speak 50%, you don't end up getting 0. You end up getting 2 out of 3 for the content, provided you speak in the order. If possible, please speak in the same order as you listen. So that means our strategy should be focusing only towards 50 to 60% of the content, only for lengthier audio. Let's say the audio is around 12 words, 13 words. Now you try to speak everything as it is. You may fumble, you may mess up the things here with respect to fluency. So for lengthy ones, just listen to first 7-8 words and speak the 7-8 words correctly. Done and dusted, well and good. For lengthy ones, you try to speak everything as it is. You may fumble, you may take additional pauses. As a result, you may mess up everything and get 0. But for shorter ones, let's say the audio goes for only 6 words, 7 words. Don't speak 50%. If you speak 3 or 4 words, it is 100% not possible to evaluate your fluency with such a small data. Remember this. Try to be as perfect as possible for shorter ones. For lengthier ones, if it is 12 words, you try to speak 6-7 words, you should be able to get it. But now there is a theory that, let's say you speak exact 50% and software says, I don't understand 2-3 words in this, then gone case. You are speaking, let's say 12 words in the audio, you are speaking 6 words correctly, but software says, I understood only 4 words. Then whom to blame? We have to blame ourselves, because we took it very lightly. We assumed that whatever I speak, software will be able to understand everything. It may not in some cases. So it's always better to speak 60-70% to be on the safer side. Hope you're getting it. Now let's understand some of the mistakes what people end up making in repeat sentence. The mistake number 1, exactly speaking only 50% of the content every time and get 0. What if software says 1 word I couldn't understand from you? Then it becomes 40%. Gone case. Be very, very careful. Try to be at least 60-70% in the best of the best case possible. The second mistake what I've observed students making is writing down the first letter of each word as and when they listen to the audio. I'm not a fan of this. Well, if that works for you, well and good, go ahead. But for majority of the people, they assume it is working. It may not be, because you listen to the audio and then you start understanding what it is and try to write the first letter of each word. And you keep doing it, audio ended, and you are still doing it. Here the beep sound came, recording started. If it is a lengthy audio, you are still writing the first letter, first 3 seconds are over. Now 4th second you finished and try to speak. You are speaking, but it popped up a message there, silence detected. Move to the next question. So be very, very careful. If you're following all these strategies, you have to start at the right time. If you're doing the first letter of each word, try to do it very fast. Otherwise, it gonna take a toll on you. My suggestion is, don't have to write down the first letter. Just listen, understand, and speak. When you speak, don't worry too much about the content. Worry only about the fluency. Even if you mess up few of the content, it's okay as long as you cross that 50% of the content. The third mistake what people end up making here is memorizing the content. This is not a memory contest. Repeat sentence is a test of your listening skills. You prove that you have a good listening skill, you're gonna get the scores. Memory is not being tested here, it's understanding. It's about listening skills. So listen, understand, and try to respond. You try to repeat 4 or 5 words, you will be able to repeat. You try to respond even more than 10 words, you will be able to repeat. This is the trick. Alright, let's take up 2-3 questions of repeat sentence from our website and show you how to get full scores here. Don't do anything, just observe.
Social work is not the only subject in sociology.
Social work is not the only subject in sociology. That's all it is, easy peasy. What if I speak social work is not the only subject? You still will get full scores. That shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so fluency 5, content 3 out of 3, pronunciation 5 out of 5, pitch is good, fluency is fine. We'll take up another question, and this time we try to speak some 60-70% and see how our AI responds.
Collaboration is a feature of a successful company.
The small audio. Collaboration is a feature of a successful company. For small audio, don't risk it. Try to speak everything correctly. If it's like collaboration is a feature of successful company, which will definitely help a lot of individuals in the company, then probably you could have spoken which would help a lot of individuals, which would help. You could have cut it off. If it's a very small, don't cut it off. It's fluency 5, content 3 out of 3, pronunciation 5 out of 5. Next is describe image, very, very important one. You will get an image. For 25 seconds, you can look at the image and then you have to speak for the next 40 seconds. 40 seconds, you don't have to speak. 25 to 30 seconds should be more than enough. And when you speak, you follow the same principles, the same strategies, tips and tricks that we studied for read aloud. No pitch issues, no fumbling, no hesitation. Go at a smooth rhythmic speech. The way you speak in the read aloud, the same way you got to speak even in describe image. Now describe image is being evaluated with respect to again fluency, content, pronunciation. But now fluency 5, pronunciation 5, but content is not 5, content is 6, meaning probably they have given more preference to the content, which was not the case earlier. But you just follow my old strategy. The strategy is in 25 seconds preparation time that you get, identify 3 key content, any content that you think is important, but 3 content, maybe identifying the trend, maximum, minimum, highest, lowest, or whatever you find in the image. 3 key things. If possible, you can just speak those 3 things, because 25 seconds is a good amount of time to speak. Or if people who wants to write, you can write at least 1 sentence or 2 sentences as quickly as possible, and keep everything ready in the first 25 seconds. And once the 25 seconds is over, there would be a beep sound, start speaking with a template. The old template, whatever I've shown you, 100% works. The same template I'll just show you right now. So this is the template where it is a structure. It is divided into 3 simple things. First step is to introduction. The provided image is a bar graph. The image provided is a type of pie chart. Whatever the type of image that you see, you can talk about it and say that gives information about topic of the image. Then if you find x-axis, y-axis for it, not every image will have x-axis, y-axis. If you find x-axis, y-axis, then you can say, well, x-axis talks about blah 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 blah, the y-axis talks about blah 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 blah, and this finishes your introduction. Next is the main details, the body. That's how the structure would flow, isn't it? In the main detail, I would want 3 sentences with this template or any template you use. It is evident that conversely, another interesting point is 3 little lengthy sentences don't speak, very short sentences. Then the last summary, overall this image illustrates. They can just add and wind up. This fits for any kind of image. Soon I'll show you how to speak some 2-3 images using the same template. Let's quickly understand the mistakes people end up making in describe image. The mistake number 1, always thinking about grammar. When I speak, what if I make grammatical mistake? It's the fluency, content, pronunciation. There is no 4th component called grammar. You don't have to worry about grammar. I just speak, and even if you make mistake, it is 100% fine. The mistake number 2, trying to find the best content. There is no best content. It's you who decide the best content. 25 seconds is a very small window of time. You don't have to run behind, okay, this is not a great content. Let me try and keep trying again and again to find the best content, and no time left. Time is up. Now I don't know what to speak. Whatever you find, any 3 things, you don't have to worry about finding the greatest of all things, not needed. Anything that you think is important is important. Remember this. And the last mistake number 3, still relying on keyword kind of template where you put one word, which do not develop the depth, or which do not develop the connection between the keywords with your sentences, own sentences. Then marks will go down. It may also invoke a human evaluation. This is what Pearson Score Guide says, that if it detects anomaly, then the software will probably flag it and a human will listen to it, and if he decides that you try to fool the software, gone case 000. Be very careful, but as long as you use the strategies that I mentioned, there won't be any human intervention. You don't have to worry. Now we'll take up some describe image. I'll take 1 area chart, 1 bar graph, 1 pie chart. Even if it's a picture, whatever you see in the picture, it has, let's say, no data. Whatever you see, just speak. Probably I'll take up 1 picture as well and show you. Let's start with 1 area chart. 25-second window of time. I don't think I will take 25 seconds. I just start with it. The image provided is a smartphone sales growth. The 2 categories with respect to iPhone and Samsung. The x-axis talks about the time period from January to June. The y-axis talks about units sold from 0 to 800. From the picture, it is clear that in the month of January, iPhone users are around 300. However, Samsung users are less than 300. In the month of April, the number of phones sold with respect to iPhone is around 600. However, with respect to Samsung is slightly lesser than that. In the month of June, both iPhone and the Samsung have almost similar units sold with a value close to 700 and 800 between. You just speak, man. As long as you try to speak content from the picture, it should be more than enough. 3 things I started with in the beginning, in January, in the middle, and in the end. Depending on the picture, you decide. So I've got fluency 5 out of 5. Well, by the way, our website is updated with the new changes. Context is not 90 and all. Some of the websites still show out of 90. Remember, it is out of 6 marks from the score guide. So I've got 5.9 out of 6, which is 6 only. Pronunciation 5. Probably I was trying to speak up and down because I was too much conscious, too much into the image. Pitch is fine, fluency is fine, everything is fine. This is how you speak. A bar graph, an area chart. Now we will select probably a pie chart. I'll just stick up a pie chart and show you. Trust me, I have not spoken for this before. We'll just see the image, world population by content. We have Oceania, Americas, Europe. I'll just start speaking. The image provided is a pie chart that gives information about world population by continent. There are many categories such as Europe, Africa, Asia, Oceania and Americas. From the image it is clear that the highest population is held by the continent Asia with a value of 55.0%. Second in the list is Africa with a population value of 20%. Next in the list is shared by both Americas and Europe with a value of 10% each, and the last one is taken up by Oceania, which represents a very small amount of population with a value of only 5%. You may be wondering how this guy just speaks, because deep in my mind I have wired that it is the fluency. Content, it's okay, just have to speak. If you really make your mind believe in this, 100% you end up getting fluency 5, context 5.9 or 6, pronunciation 5, large speech variations. We will just see if this can be changed with the code later. But yes, this is what it is. We will take up probably one picture or something. I may get low scores here, I have not tested. We will go with one picture. Even I don't know, I have not practiced. See, it's all 0, 0 over here. We'll see, I'll risk it. But I take 25 seconds to prepare. 3 key contents, by the way. All right. Picture has so many buildings, especially one building is almost, it looks like it is touching the sky. The city could be UK because UK is a financial hub. City could be UK is a financial hub. One building is almost so high that it is touching the sky. And also we see so many skyscrapers almost touching the sky. I'm not sure, I'm just speaking. The image provided as a picture that gives information about a beautiful city. The city looks like London because it is a financial hub which will have a lot of buildings. From the image it is clear that we can see a lot of skyscrapers, meaning very tall buildings of touching around 60 floors or 55 floors. Second in the image is one particular building which is almost so high and touching almost the sky. The third in the image is actually a proper city where you could see some roads and the vehicles moving here and there. Overall this image is a city image with lot of buildings, skyscrapers, and looks like it is a financial hub, maybe London. I was not sure, but I kept on speaking. Maybe I was not good at it. Let's see what scores I get. Remember, it's the average of fluency, content, pronunciation. Even if content becomes 4 or 4.5, you will not lose much. Overall, it would be a great score, and I have got full. Don't simply think, hey, it is giving 5.9 out of 6 for everything. You have coded in that. No, already more than 3,000 to 4,000 students have logged in who are registered with us. We will soon release it. We're just making sure everything is fine before we release. This is working correctly. If I give a wrong information, marks will go down. It's just that I'm giving right information, so it is giving good scores. Don't assume we are simply put it 5.9 out of 6 for every question. That is fixed is showing of 100% no. The next is Retell lecture. Like I told you, 10 to 12 marks, 2 questions or max 3 questions. By the way, describe image, you can expect some 5 to 6 questions. Repeat sentence 10 questions. Read aloud some 5 to 6 questions. Alright, Retell lecture, again same strategy as read aloud. No fumble, no hesitation, no pitch issue. Go at a proper rhythm. It's 5 for fluency, 5 pronunciation, but content is 6. Meaning you write some keyword template, use some keyword template, put some one word and speak 100%. Your marks will be very less, or maybe software will flag it for the human intervention and you get 0, 0, 0. Be very careful. You got to work on your note taking. It's all about note taking strategy now. You listen for 3-4 seconds. You listen and then decide, okay, this is what I'm going to write. Then start writing for 3, 4 or 5 seconds. When you write or when you type or whatever it is, when you write basically you cannot type, don't listen. You listen while typing, gone case, you cannot write also, you cannot listen also. It's 2 things done one after the other, consecutively, not simultaneously. You do this probably till the end of the audio. You will have some 5 to 6 sentences or 5 to 6 phrases. The more you write, better it is, because content is 6 marks now. You gotta give as much as possible. This contributes some 10 to 12 marks towards your speaking and listening both. Very simple module, but it's all hidden. The entire thing is hidden in a note taking, and in note taking, only thing that you need to understand, don't write and listen at the same time. unconsciously. Many would be doing it. As a result, they will not be able to take any notes. Be very careful about it. So once you take the note, you use a template. I'll show you the same template as before is working, and just finish it off. The template goes something like this. The lecture discusses. In the beginning, the speaker explained. Later, the speaker said. Here, the speaker also mentioned. In conclusion, the lecture effectively summarized. Use some phrases. If you've written 10 phrases, 2 phrases for each. If you've written 8 phrases, 2 phrases for each. The last line repeated. So whatever you've written, just speak with the template, finish it off. Ideally, you should have some 5 to 6 phrases for a better score. Let's understand the mistakes with respect to Retell lecture. Same as described image, thinking too much about the grammar and worrying and trying to fix the grammar in speaking and messing up everything. Don't worry too much about the grammar. Grammar is not the key here. Second mistake is using keywords, because it is very easy to put one word and get 0. Don't do this. Write the phrases, because it's 100% possible. Now I'll show you how to take down the notes into one Retell lecture. Here you go. Alright, let's play an audio. I'll play the Barnum effect. Let's see. Just observe on my right hand of the screen. I'll show you how do I take the notes. Alright, let's start.
I'm Alistair Budge, and today we are going to be talking about something called the Barnum effect. You might not have heard of it before, but you have almost certainly experienced it. If you have read a horoscope, had your fortune told, or cracked open a fortune cookie in a Chinese restaurant and thought, that is so me, then you have experienced the Barnum effect firsthand. It refers to the tendency of people to accept vague, general statements as being highly accurate for them personally. Psychologists use it to explain why people often believe in astrology, personality quizzes, and even some forms of pseudoscience.
Astrology, personality quizzes, and pseudoscience. We'll just see. The lecture was mainly about, today we are going to be talking about something called Barnum effect. In the beginning, the speaker said that you have almost certainly experienced it if you had read a horoscope or cracked open a fortune cookie in a Chinese restaurant. Later, speaker mentioned that it refers to tendency of the people to accept the vague general statements. In the end, the speaker told that why people often believe in astrology, personality quizzes, and pseudoscience. This is decent. If you can get more than this, well and good, but the audio was very short. This is the best that one can take. This is too much actually. Big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. Probably I've taken small 10 phrases, and this has to give, man. Fluency 5, content 6, pronunciation almost 5, and don't tell me again, Nakul, you're simply in your website giving 6 out of 6, 100%. No, you can join our course and get the subscription. You will see how difficult it is to get marks. People are struggling in Retell lecture. So that's all it is. It's all about the right hand side, note taking. If you're good at note taking, this will be easy. So now probably you can practice more of note taking. Go to YouTube. You can do a shadowing technique where you just play an audio and just try to speak back, probably for 10 minutes. You can reduce the speed of the audio to 0.5x. Whatever the speaker speaks, you try to recite over here. After 10 minutes of shadowing technique, this is called shadowing technique. After 10 minutes of shadowing technique, do the same things, play the audio again from the beginning that you have already spoken, 0.5x, and this time try to type. Try to take the notes as much as possible, whichever you think is correct. Do this every day for 10 minutes, man. Retell lecture is very easy. And if you're perfect in Retell lecture, guess what? Summarize group discussion becomes a peanut. If you're not good at Retell lecture, meaning if you're struggling in note taking, then summarize group discussion also, you will struggle. Remember this. The next is respond to situation. A new neighbor, you don't have to worry too much about him. Just say hi, bye, and that's enough. No need to get more closer and get attached. Meaning not a very high priority module. 10 to 12 marks, 2 or 3 questions contributes only to speaking. They will give you a question and they'll give you some time. we'll just see the interpretation of this time in a short while, which is very, very important for you to understand how much time you get in the beginning before you're allowed to speak. I will talk about it in just a while, but before that, the strategy. No fumbles, no hesitation, no pitch issues. You should go at a rhythm just the way you speak in read aloud or describe image or a retell lecture. So during preparation time, which I'll just show you a demonstration, you have to identify 3 things that you're going to speak. Any question usually will have 3 parts. They will give an introduction, they introduce you into that problem, and then ask how do you provide a solution. 3 steps. Accordingly, you address any part of the things, any part of the question you fail to address, marks will start dropping down. Remember this. And while speaking, you can use a template. I've shared the template in my previous video. The same template I'll show you. You can use that template and just finish it off. Probably 25 to 30 seconds should be more than enough if you speak. This is the template. Hi, professor, dear friend, mayor, police officer, whatever the name that you can take from the question you do. Firstly, it is quite evident that, then it seems that, therefore I would request you to, or you can frame your own sentences. See, remember, any of the templates you can use provided you speak something on your own. I'm telling you openly, don't believe someone who says I have devised a template, it is giving 90. All those are just you know what it is, right? Templates don't give any marks. Pearson is not waiting there for the template. You give this template, I'll give you marks. Nothing like that. So any template is fine as long as you fill it rightly. Firstly, it is quite evident that you can change it to firstly or whatever you want you can speak. It's not the template, it is what you fill inside it. Now let's understand the mistakes. Again, thinking about the grammar while speaking, this has become a big problem for a lot of individuals. I cannot speak, I will make mistakes if I speak. Hey, it is okay, man. Mistakes with respect to fluency should not happen. With respect to vocabulary, grammar, it is not going to make any difference. The next mistake is using keywords. Only keywords or generic templates, all those are not going to work. You have to put your effort to speak. You got to do it 100%. You're going to get your scores. Now we'll see a demonstration on the preparation time, how to make use of it, and then how to speak. I'll just show you using our software. Let's start. All right, I'm just taking up a 3rd question. I've not done it before. Just observe. You are invited to a team meeting on Friday afternoon, but then you have another client call at the same time. How do you suggest rescheduling?
How do you suggest rescheduling?
And then 20 seconds. So it's basically not 20 seconds, 20 plus 10. In the beginning, audio will take some time to play. 3, 4 seconds or 5 seconds. And then the speaker has to speak. Sometimes they go very slow. That will take 10, 12 seconds. After that, 20 seconds. So 20 plus 10, 12, 32 seconds. Don't you think it's enough for you to curate 3 sentences? Is it really that difficult? Think about it. You can write it down also. You're invited to a team meeting. I'm aware that I'm invited to a team meeting this Friday afternoon, but what to do? I have another client meeting who is from Australia at the same time, which is very, very important.
At the same time. How do you suggest reschedule?
So I would request you guys to reschedule it to next Friday so that I can attend peacefully and make most out of it. That's all. 3 questions. You are invited to a team meeting on Friday afternoon, but you have another client call at the same time. Problem. Give a solution. Every question will follow this. Let's start. Hi dear manager, I'm aware that I have a team meeting this Friday afternoon, which is very, very important as per you. However, I have another client call at the same time, and it's also important for me considering the growth of the company. So I would suggest rescheduling this team meeting from this Friday afternoon to next Monday afternoon, meaning after 3 days, wherein I'm completely available, and I hope you and your team members also will be available. I hope you understand this and proceed with my request. It's just a speak, man. The cues, the hints are there with the question. You just go with it. And here and there masalas you add, done and dusted. Isn't it so? It may not be that easy as it looks like from the way I'm speaking, but with the practice it will. When this understands what it is, you will be able to get it. So it's fluency 5, context 5.7. Anything above 5 is a great score. Pronunciation 4.9, monotone is perfect. Everything looks perfect. We'll quickly take up another question since it's completely new module. You submitted an important proposal to a client and later realized there was some error in the pricing section.
You submitted an important proposal
How do you inform your manager?
And later realized there was a numerical error in the pricing
Their manager
section.
has...
How do you inform your manager?
As you know, I submitted a proposal last week to my client, and client was really happy with the pricing. But later I realized there was an error in the pricing, and I've already quoted very less. So I would request you to understand my mistake and don't punish me, don't say that, and probably set up another meeting with the client so that I could explain this issue. Hi dear manager, as you are aware that last week I had an important proposal with the client, and the client was really happy with the pricing. However, there was a small pricing error from my side when I made the proposal to a client with my presentation. So I would politely request you to set up another meeting with the client so that I can explain what was the error with respect to the pricing and how we can fix it. I really hope you will help me to fix another meeting with the client very soon. Thanks much. Probably I was not very fluent, but this is fine. When you may have heard people saying, I thought I'll get 70, I got 90, because that's how it works. So it's fluency 4.5. I hope you agree now that it is working correctly. Yes or no, do leave a comment. Those who are thinking it's simply giving 5 for everything, see, it brought down. That means it's working accurately. Context is 5.1. Anything above 5 is a good one. I was not probably sounding confident with few of the words. I could have been better, but okay, it's totally fine. Context is 5.1, pronunciation 4.4. This will get 90 in the exam. The next is summarize group discussion. This is same as Retell lecture, but 3 Retell lectures done consecutively. The only difference between Retell lecture and summarize group discussion, which is a new module, is that Retell lecture, the audio goes for 1.5 minutes. But summarize group discussion, 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, or probably sometimes more than 3 minutes. The only problem in summarize group discussion is your hand will pain because you need to keep taking notes for the straight 3 minutes. So what is the strategy? You will have the booklet and a pen, just one sheet, divide it into 3 compartments, label it as speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3, and most probably it will be only 3 speakers. I think it is always just the 3 speakers. You listen to what speaker 1 says, whatever the note that you can take under the speaker 1 compartment. Whatever speaker 2 says, take under speaker 2's compartment. Whatever speaker 3 says, take under speaker 3's compartment. Now whenever someone says, I agree with you, then say in the speaker 2 agrees with speaker 1. It's like group discussion. I don't agree with you, I'm against this particular idea. When someone voices their opinion, accordingly you write. All this will definitely help software to know that you've understood the audio and not just trying to go with memorizing technique. And once you fill the entire compartments, entire labeling in your book, probably they'll give you 10 seconds to prepare, just like Retell lecture. After that, in Retell lecture you speak for 40 seconds, 25 to 30 seconds is ideal there, but in here you have to speak for 2 minutes. Don't speak for 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute 20 seconds, more than enough. We have tried and tested this and people have got 90. Now when you speak, you can go with 2 options. First option is to go with the structure. The topic was about this and 3 speakers were involved, and talk about speaker 1. Firstly, the speaker 1 said continue. Then the speaker 2 came and told this. Then speaker 3 told this. Wind it up. This should be the best way to speak. You could also follow a template. I've shared template in my recent summarize group discussion video. The template link is also in the description of this video. You can check. If you really want, you go with the template, otherwise not needed. Otherwise it's ditto compared to Retell lecture. It's just that you do 3 Retell lectures consecutively. Now I'll take up a question and show you how do I do summarize group discussion and get full scores. It's all about note taking. Just observe, don't do anything, just observe. Probably after you watch me doing and getting full scores, you can go back and do the summarize group discussion same again to see how well you have taken the notes. But for now, you just don't do anything, just observe as to how I'm taking the notes, because that's the most important critical criteria that one needs to possess. Alright, I'll just take up a question that I've never taken before. We'll go with social media. Let's start. I'm all set. Hands will start paining for sure.
Honestly, I didn't realize how much social media affected my mood until I took a break from it.
So much.
I used to scroll through Instagram every night before bed, and without even knowing it, I'd start comparing myself to people I didn't even know.
That's so relatable. It's like this constant highlight reel. Everyone's posting their best moments, vacations, promotions, gym selfies, and it makes you feel like you're not doing enough, even if your day was productive.
Vacations.
Yeah, and I think the worst part is how subtle it is. You're just casually browsing, but it starts planting seeds of insecurity. I remember feeling anxious without even knowing the reason. Then I realized it was because I was constantly consuming filtered, curated content.
Without knowing.
And it's not just comparison. There's also the pressure to stay connected. Like if you don't respond to messages quickly or like people's posts, you feel guilty. It's exhausting trying to keep up with everything.
Connected, you feel
Plus, don't get me started on doom scrolling.
guilty.
Sometimes I open Twitter just to check something quickly, and 40 minutes later I'm reading about global crises I can't control.
Later and
It's overwhelming and leaves me mentally drained.
prices
I tried limiting my screen time using an app that locks me out after 30 minutes.
using an
It helped at first, but then I found ways to bypass it. It really made me realize how addictive these platforms are. They're literally designed to keep us engaged.
Same here. What finally worked for me was replacing the habit. Like instead of scrolling when I'm bored, I've tried journaling or going for a walk. It's still hard sometimes, but I feel more present.
That's a great idea. I've also started muting accounts that make me feel bad and following people who promote positivity or mental health tips.
following
Just changing my feed made a big difference.
I think the key is balance.
Some mental health effects.
Social media isn't all bad. It helps us stay informed and connected, but we need to be aware of how it affects us emotionally and take control of our usage.
Take control of the usage or something. I'm not sure. Was not able to write a lot, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, more than enough. The lecture was mainly about social media and 3 speakers were involved in it. Firstly, the speaker one told that I did not realize how much social media affected my mood until I took a break from it. There is also the pressure to stay connected. You feel guilty and it is exhausting. Like instead of scrolling when I am bored, I tried journaling or I go for a walk. Speaker 2 told that is so relatable. Everyone's posting their best moments, vacation or gym selfies. 40 minutes later, I'm reading about global crisis and following people who promote positivity or mental health. Speaker 3 mentioned that I remember feeling anxious without knowing the reason. Using an app that locks me after 30 minutes, I found says to bypass it. They're literally designed to keep us engaged. They're literally designed to keep us engaged, and it helps us to stay informed and take control of the usage. Probably I've spoken half of it 1 minute. It should be enough, man. I mean, they don't expect you to speak everything. They should give you a very good score in the exam. Even if it doesn't give here in the exam, it has to give. I've got full yes. That's how it should be designed and that's how it is. Fluency 5, context 6 out of 6, pronunciation all good. So this is what it is. This is how you have to do. It's more about agility. If you're someone who is very lazy, who doesn't want to do things faster, then you will have a problem here. So yes, it's like you get up early, go for a jog, be yourself more active. Trust me, similar thing will reflect in your performance. With respect to Retell lecture, summarize group discussion, describe image where you need to be very, very quick to show that you're good. Hope you're getting it. So it's your personality that will be reflected here. If you're someone who is not very quick in taking notes, who doesn't want to do things very fast or actively, you may suffer at the beginning, but know that it all boils down to how you deal with it. How you deal with it? You deal with a positive mind, understand what it is, what it needs, and evolve yourself as a better person. This is a beautiful module, an excellent module introduced by Pearson, which actually tests your agility, your decision making, which content to write, how fast to write, and then how to speak. So if you respect it and enjoy it, trust me, you will be the only person who would accomplish 90 with a lot of joy. So we completed all the modules except answer short question, which was a peanut before. Even now it is a peanut. It's not important. We have tried and tested. We skipped it till we got 90. So don't have to worry. Just do it if you can. Otherwise you don't have to worry. Just speak some answer and move on. It is not anyhow going to give marks towards your speaking. It gives probably 1 mark to listening, and that to listening we have so many modules, so this is not going to make a difference. You don't have to worry about it. Alright, I really hope this was an informative content giving you complete analysis idea on how to hit that bullseye 90 out of 90 no matter what, even after the new changes. If you appreciate our effort, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. This is Nakul, Nakul. Nakul signing off from Skills PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.